Archer here from Blowout Sax, and I'm here today to teach you one of the most beautiful songs ever written, which is called You've Got a Friend, written by Carole King, made famous by James Taylor. So I'm now going to introduce this song. So this song is one of the greatest songs of all time, and I'm dedicating this to friendships, and a lot of the friendships that got us through these tricky times right now in life, and it must make me very emotive playing it. Because this has been one of the most difficult times of missing seeing your friends and hugging your friends and being with your friends has been a tricky time. Now, Carole King wrote this song in 1971, but she is one of the greatest songwriters of all time, and as you may or may not know, I'm also a songwriter. So the beauty of songs has always bewitched and still I find that the most fascinating process. She wrote one of the greatest songs of all time, as well as this one, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and if you get a chance to see the 2015 performance in front of President Barack Obama, where Aretha Franklin comes and sings, it's one of the most astonishing performances you'll ever see with Carole King in the audience. She wrote for the Monkees, the Beatles, all sorts of people. There's hit after hit after hit. She was amazing. And then in 1971 she wrote this song, and she said, and I quote, "The song was as close to pure inspiration as I've ever experienced. The song wrote itself. It was written by something outside myself, through me." And when you play it, you feel that. You can almost feel in her voice the joy and the wonder at having written this song. As an instrumentalist, we have to find songs that reach us, touch us, and then the idea is then we can express it through our beautiful instrument and sing through our beautiful instruments. You know, that's my philosophy of playing the saxophone. The words have to touch you, it has to have a meaning, and through that interpretation can come a real soul and a real feeling within the music, and that's why this song is so beautiful on the saxophone, and that's why some songs sound fantastic as instrumentals and some don't. You never really know till you unravel the song, listen to the song, and whether it has the flow. This one has a perfect flow. It absolutely is songwriting perfection. I think it's the most wonderful song. So that's the reason we're doing You've Got a Friend. Point number 2. Rolling Stone critic John Landau called You've Got a Friend the most perfect song. He particularly praised how the melody and lyrics support each other and the gorgeous, righteous rock tone, rock melody of the ending lyrics. The ending is fantastic. So this is a fantastic song. And also, if you ever check out, there's a film called Grace in My Heart, which is loosely based on Carole King's life. So like I say, when we're looking for material to play, this is what we do as sax players. We're looking for fantastic melodies. So You've Got a Friend. Now, this is in the key of D minor for alto, which is D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, and D. And for tenor, it's in G minor, G, A, B flat, C, D, D sharp, F, and G. But there's also blue notes and things coming in as well. So that's point 2. It's in that key. And like I say, it's a most fantastic song. Point number 3. The version of this song that became famous was the James Taylor version, but I preferred, and still prefer, the version by Carole King herself. I prefer it because there's like a shyness in her voice, a sincerity that particularly touches me. In sax terms as well, there's a lot of B flats to C, so for me, I play the Bis key B flat to C, and again, get this manoeuvre really smooth. This is something you can practice in front of the TV as well. So B flat to C. And when you're playing this, think of the tricky times that friends have helped you, and then you can really, like I say, climb into your song and play it with a lot of emotion as well.
There's a huge part in it, that you're expressing yourself through an instrument, isn't there?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the hardest thing to reach. So the song has to affect you in some capacity. I could have cried when I played that easily. Yeah. So if the song really hits you and it really affects you, you can then deliver that emotion. So that's what you're trying to do with your own songs, and this is the revelation since we did this thing at Christmas, and I can do it through other people's songs, which is kind of a game changer. It's a game changer, so nice. It means that, you know, and you can't do it every song. The song doesn't speak to you, you can't do it. You can't force something that's not there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of really interesting. So I'm on point 4 now, so I've lost a point, so I have to... Point 4. In verse 2, she introduces the blue note, and the blue note on the alto sax is the G sharp, so beware that this note comes in just to give it that bit of wonderful sort of angst as well. So, and again, it's from the D blues, so there's lots of G sharp, G, F, D, C, A, G sharp, G, so you have to get that manoeuvre really slick. It's just rolling down the scale, but it still takes a little bit of manoeuvring. And remember, the left hand little finger isn't always that good, so remember to really work on getting your spinach into your little fingers and make your little finger really strong. Okay, so be aware that there is this beautiful, not beware, but kind of embrace the loveliness of that blue note, which comes a couple of times in the tune. It's really lovely. Point 5, when I first heard this song, and I've got to be honest with you, I never really absorbed the song until lovely Carol brought it in. Thank you, Carol, for bringing it in to me. Until the last couple of months, because you never really know a song until you start playing it and really listen to the words. And you know, listening to it's one thing, playing it's another thing. It gives you a much deeper comprehension of the song. And when the bit that threw me is the middle 8, the bit that now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend. And it goes to the B flat. And that really threw me because I kind of didn't see that middle 8 coming, and yet now I hear it, and every time I hear it I go, wow, what a fantastic middle 8. So again, look at all the constituent parts, and when you get to that middle 8, really key into it. It's a really beautiful, beautiful change. Again, it's a craftsmanship, songsmith of its highest order. Point 6, the hardest part of this song is the coda, and again, I've done 2 versions. I've done one version with Carole King, so you really get the phrasing. And I've also done a version on an instrumental where we don't get the full coda, but that's okay. It's a gorgeous version on piano. Now, the coda, you can feel that as she gets to the coda, she's really just letting it go and really going with the flow. And it's not as structured as the rest of it, which is lovely. So again, really key into every phrase in the coda, and kind of go with the beautiful, slightly loose, improvised sort of ad-lib and joy within that as well, but it takes a little bit of listening, so really listen to the coda. Coda being the last part of the song that comes at the chorus, and in Latin means tell. So really listen to that as you get into that. And again, play it along with Carol. That's how you get your phrasing, and that's how you get the emotive feel of the song. Point number 7, this is a song that you need to sing. And so think about the dynamics in it. There's certain moments where the song, where she hits the G sharp, for example, and does those lovely flourishy runs. You can be a little bit louder then. There's other moments where the song kind of pulls back and plays a little bit quieter. So again, be aware of playing from loud, soft to loud. And the way to do that is to start a note really quietly and build the note as loud as you can play it, and then try and pull the note right back in again. So really think, because dynamics is what gives music feeling. And that's what we're trying to do when we're playing the sax, is give it a feeling. So really think about the control and the breath control and how loud and how softly you're playing. This particularly applied when I did my own version of it on this beautiful piano. There was one part where the piano really pulled back, and when I recorded it, I did 2 takes of it. And when I recorded it having not really heard the piano through, so I could really act and be reactive to the music. So there's one part there where you can really feel the whole music drops, and likewise I reciprocated with the saxophone. So that's what we're trying to do. It's play from the heart of the song. And point number 8, really enjoy it. As always, I always say enjoy it. I think if you enjoy it and you can let yourself go and you can really express yourself through the instrument, that really comes through when you play the saxophone. So I think, you know, just try and relax as much as you can relax. And not worry about perfection, just try and get the feel. It's all about feel rather than playing everything super accurately as well. But enjoy playing You've Got a Friend by Carole King, which is one of the most extraordinary songs of all time on the saxophone. It will be a joy. If the song speaks to you, it will be a joy to play. So really enjoy yourself playing this tune.